We got the recording started. So welcome everyone to the Q&A with NebulaCone, an artist here in the community. And co-hosted here by Shibou.
Hello.
Nebula, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm NebulaCone, or Pluto, I suppose other people call me. I'm an artist. Ah, I also animate. I like animating. I don't do it very often, but it's very nice, and I like using very bright colors, colors that hurt people at 3 in the morning. And I've been in the Sonic community for a while. And while I do struggle playing Sonic games, I try my best, and I still enjoy being here. So yeah.
So how did you get started? What got you into Sonic and what got you into drawing and animating?
Hmm. What got me into Sonic? I was younger, and my first Sonic game was Sonic Colors for the DS, and I became completely addicted with that. And then like later in my life, uh there's like this little program on like the DS called Flipnote Hatena, I believe it was called. And I saw people do a lot of crazy cool Sonic animations, and I was like, whoa, these are crazy and edgy, and I want to do exactly that. And I got very inspired, and then I started drawing a lot. So I guess I am now here drawing and doing Sonic stuff still.
Shibu, would you like to ask the next question?
Okay. So I feel like this next question might be sort of piggybacking off of one of Kevin's initial questions. But do you have any like inspirations as like what inspired you into actually getting into artwork? Because I know like I feel like Sonic and artwork are like completely separate in a way. So like what
Are
inspires
they?
you? Are they?
I,
Thank
I
you.
I don't I don't think they are actually. I do know like a lot, like look at the promotional imagery that they use for Sonic games, and like the, I guess the supposedly, like, I guess stock photos that they use. I really I kind of liked those a lot. They were really cool to me. So I sorry if I answered your question with question or whatever, but I don't know. I really like the character designs. I don't know, they're so cool to me. They're silly and simple and yet very cool and effective, like showing like kind of like how the characters are. I don't know. It's pretty nice.
If I may go off of that question, what inspired your art style? I know you had mentioned like you use a lot of bright colors.
Oh, a lot of things expired this, I suppose. I don't know if I could quite pin something down. It's kind of like, I don't know. I maybe that's just, I guess, my just flavor of life. I like things to be very colorful. Not that there's anything wrong with dull. I think dull is does definitely have its moments, but I follow a lot of artists like on Twitter. Like the amount of people I follow on Twitter. Like they use like all types of crazy colors, or like limited color palettes, or like just this one color. And it's really cool to me. I think color is like one of the coolest things in like art to me. So I kind of just like decided to make that my entire thing. And I like textures, like these little like wavy whatever is going on here is like, I think that's cool. It's like I made my own like brush and everything. It's nice. And it all just like changes colors slightly. It's pretty cool.
I can say colors is just one of my favorite aspects of art. Really helps make things just come to life in regards to artwork. So I applaud you for using your colorful style there.
Yeah, thanks.
Shibu, why don't you ask the next question?
Okay. So every artist sort of has their, I guess, magnum opus art piece, something that they're most proud of. Do you have anything like that?
Something I'm most proud of, or something that was the most successful?
Something that you're most proud of. I feel like most successful art piece in comparison to the one that you're most proud of are like completely different in a sense.
Hmm. Let me see. I'm trying to think. What did I truly like? Well, no, not that I don't like any of my stuff, but I'm thinking what was peak? What was optimized me? Let me see. I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's quite the question. Oh, you know what, actually? I think it was, let me see if I could find the picture real quick for you guys. Where is it? It was this drawing of Knuckles. You know when like before Frontiers came out, they
Yeah.
had like the promotional animation.
Yes, I
I
do
I,
remember that.
I did a drawing that was kind of like a collage of a bunch of things for that, and if to me that was like I I I kind of fell in love of like doing like different. I need to find this picture. I need to find it. Let me. It's probably somewhere in my computer. But it was like Knuckles and like different angles and like because I had like taken like screenshots of the animation and I was like, oh, I want to draw Knuckles in that pose that he did there, and I want to do him in that pose, and I want the moon to be in the background, and like I want Sage to be looking down, and like Knuckles is punching one of the enemies, and I was like, oh, this is perfect to me. So yeah, I'd like to say that was my magnum. It was pretty recent, but I definitely enjoyed it a lot.
Oh,
In
this I got
fairness,
to see when you find it.
I'll
Yeah,
find it. It's
definitely.
in here. I'll find it. Don't worry.
I am curious. What inspired your VTuber model? Because it looks very cute.
The model or the design?
Just the design. I just say that the character design.
This is gonna be very silly. So this character that I'm using is called Pluto, right? And back in my old DeviantArt days, I was very inspired. I was listening to music and it was very spacey. And I made this design and it was actually an adopt. I was planning on adopting a design very simpler than this, of course. It's been years, but like I was planning to make it an adopt, but like I kind of grew attached to it and like I wasn't exactly of any like popularity at the time, so nobody got it either. So I just like kept it and just kind of like evolved it over time, and it's become my main. Like I'm kind of very happy nobody yoinked it. It is definitely like my favorite OC.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great. Shibou, why don't you ask the next question?
Yeah. Piggybacking off of what Kevin asked a second ago, what inspired the whole VTuber thing you got going on? I think it's pretty impressive, but I want to know, do you have any like main inspirations?
Okay. So imagine this. It's like a year ago. It's like last year, um, beginning of last year. I'm booting up SA2 on Steam on my computer, and I'm streaming it to a bunch of friends. And I play like VR chat with these friends, and I had commissioned a 3D model of this character, right? So I could play with them. And I decided one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to like use that avatar and I'm going to stream that avatar and me playing like SA2 to my friends in a private Discord call. And they all really liked it and they were having a lot of fun. So I started recording it and then I started looking back at that and I was like, wow, this ain't too bad actually. And I one of my favorite artists is Nairea. I hope I'm doing their name justice. It's a kind of a unique name. They were starting to do like VTubing models. that were 2D, and I was like, my time has come, and I made a plan to like start. I wanted to start streaming on Twitch to do like VTubing because I was like, oh, my friends really like it, and I'm having fun, and I could get like an artist that I really like in the community to like draw the avatar and like make it for me, and it just kind of all lined up. So yeah.
Very nice story.
I am curious, what drawing program do you use?
Oh, this is Clip Studio. Can I? Is there a way to move this? Huzzah! It's this that it kind of looks a lot like Photoshop in a way, but it's definitely just Clip Studio Paint. I started using it like about like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years even. I like switched from like Paint Tool side of this because I like the brushes of this program are pretty nice, and it also just had more features to me than Sided. I definitely recommend it to like everyone. It's really good.
Okay, Shibou, why don't you ask the next question?
Okay. I don't recall if this was asked yet. I don't think it was, but who's your favorite Sonic character?
Tails.
You know what?
Okay,
I
me
was
approve.
going to say that.
Tails is my favorite. Something about a kid genius that I guess can like rival Eggman, but because he's kid, he just can't, and it's just silly. I don't know. To me, that's very like I don't know. I like that idea. It's also a very cute design. Like I like his older designs and his newer designs. They're very adorable to me.
So, what is one thing you've always wanted to draw or animate but haven't done so yet?
I want to animate an anniversary animation for Sonic. Like, you know, because I know people do like big drawings or whatever. I want to do like an animation for it, and I've found the perfect song for it too. And it kind of is like an animation that like goes through like everything, like the games, the comics, both like IDW and Archie, like just like even like the movie, just like a whole like cool little like music video that kind of just showcases it all. Like I feel like that'll be it's gonna take a lot of work, but I genuinely like am very excited for doing that.
You know, that idea kind of reminds me of have you seen the Pokemon anniversary animation from Studio Boom?
Yes, I've seen them. They're so
it's just like the song and then the
deep,
animation.
and then it like goes nah. It's so good. It's in my inspiration playlist.
Truly a
Like
masterpiece.
it's good. It's good. I've seen some great stuff from people, and that is Pokemon animations are pretty well already, but that tribute one was really good.
Oh, I agree with that. But yeah, if you ever make that animation, please show it to me. I'd love to see it.
I wouldn't mind, but it would take some time. I'll admit it's quite the daunting task to do most things for like, you know, like all the comics and stuff, but it's gonna happen. I promise you that, all right? It's gonna happen, and I'll show you.
I'd be glad to see it.
Shibou, why don't you ask the next question?
Um, do you have any personal projects or anything that you'd like to specifically show off at all?
Personal projects. Well, I have nothing to show. Oh man. Oh, whoa. I flipped out too hard. No. I don't have anything quite to show personal that's done or anything. Like I don't know. Everything's kind of in the works, I'd like to say. We're in the middle point right now. Sorry, lads.
Uh,
I lack things to show when it comes to personal projects besides art. Ah.
Hey, understandable. Is there any aspect, whether it could be hand, inking, coloring, etc., that's like the easiest and the hardest for you to work with?
Sketching is the hardest thing for me. And it's not really like the idea of like actually like sketching. It's more like getting a pose. Actually getting like a pose down to me takes the longest. Like always. It is unfortunately a very like I'll be there for like an hour or two just trying to get like a pose down. Like everything else is pretty much okay, you know? Like, I mean, I'm not like perfect with like hands or like torsos or something, but you know, man, I'd like to say I'm good enough. But for like, truly, it really takes a while for me to like get the pen down and actually try to get that pose down, because I'll be like, oh, it's too much to the left or that, and it's always sucks for me. But the easiest thing for me is definitely coloring. Or maybe that's just the funnest. Perhaps maybe not the easiest.
How about the easiest to work with?
A what?
Oh, I'm sorry, the easiest aspect to work with.
Oh, I was coloring, yes.
Coloring. I'm
Unless you
sorry.
mean unless you mean something else. I could I could
I'm
change
so
up the
sorry.
answer for if you
didn't quite hear
want.
it.
Oh man.
Okay. Shibou, why don't you ask the next question?
Okay, so if there was anything you could tell a newbie that's perhaps starting off with art and or streaming slash VTubing that you wish you knew when you started out, what would you tell them?
Your art is gonna look like crap for a very long time, and that's okay. Sometimes, like that's the realest thing I could say. It's gonna look bad. It's always gonna look bad when you start. And you're gonna start comparing yourself to other people. And I know a lot of people say don't compare, but it's also good to compare to know where you're at. But like don't like compare yourself and then like be like, well, that's why I'm so bad. Instead of like that, maybe like compare me as like, oh, well, maybe I should like take like this part of that drawing or whatever and maybe try that for like a week or two, you know? Even if you like don't do it right, you'll do it right eventually. Or maybe not your right and more like your way. That's the best way I could say. So yeah. Don't worry, just you'll get it eventually. It comes with time.
I'm curious, how did you come up with your username?
NebulaCone. I like ice cream. I like ice cream a lot. And I like how ice cream cones look. And I like space. And I was like, oh yes, my OC has space hair, nebula hair. And I just kind of combined the two. Very, very simple, though. Whenever I look up my name on Google, it autocorrects to Cone Nebula, which I think is so silly. I am still unknown in such things, but it's funny. And still space-like, so I'll take it.
Love it. All right. Shibou, why don't you ask the next question?
What is your favorite Sonic game?
Frontiers.
Mm.
It's a little recent, and I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I genuinely think it's a step to the right direction. I know a lot of people will like say like, oh, you know, the game doesn't quite look like a Sonic game, but I don't know. I mean, every Sonic game kind of like has its own like not like look, but like way, if that's quite the word I'm going for. Like they're not all like carbon copy same. And it kind of looked a lot like this game that I like, which is like PSO2, which is like made by like the same like company. It's called Fantasy Star Online. There we go.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked like that to me when I saw Frontiers, and that really excited me. And then like the music was amazing. I was beyond impressed. Like I even have like I have like the island theme like vinyl records. Like I have them. They're right here with my turntable. Like I love it a lot, and I think I think it's good that this game is like what's quite the word I'm looking for? Making like Tails is like accountable of like his own like shyness. Like, you know, they delve into that instead of like retconning it or something, or like you know, like Amy's kind of her own person instead of like always like, oh, Sonic, you know. It's kind of, she's just like, oh, you know, like I like that they're giving the characters a bit more attention. Like it might not be that big, you know, and they might be referring to things a lot, but I like that, you know. It's simple, but it's effective to me. Plus, the
That's a
combos are pretty nice too.
Yeah, that's a very understandable answer too. I can agree with that.
I like it. It's good. I can't wait to see what's next, I suppose.
So what was the idea or inspiration behind the drawing that you're working on now?
Oh yeah. Um so I was in a Discord call with friends. I know this is not an unfamiliar topic here. And one of my friends like was like, "Hey, you know, the April Fool's game out. Who's coming in to help voice act all the characters?" So we all like picked a character to like voice act, and that's kind of like how the playthrough went, basically. We didn't complete it, but we got like halfway there, and I was like, "Wow!" And I liked the game so much that I looked up the talk sprites, and then I got spoiled. But that's okay, you know. Sometimes that's just how it be. I'm very interested as to see how B turned into C and C went to D. But I know how F ends. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was the strangest like example, but you know that's what it is. That's what it is. And so I'm drawing this because I felt very inspired. I love the art style, and I love its cheesiness and its little Easter eggs. It's very cute to me.
Alrighty, Shibou, do you have another question you'd like to ask?
Do you have a favorite artist at all?
A favorite artist? No, I can't pin one down. To pin one down would kind of disregard everyone else. I don't know. There's a lot of aspects I like in a lot of artists. You know, I can't really like pin down like just one, because it's kind of like, well, yeah, this person does this really good, but this person does that really good, or this person does that very uniquely, and it might not be the best, but I like it. It's pretty good. So I can't pin down one. It would be an injustice. I cannot do it.
What is your biggest goal? It could either be artwork or animation.
Biggest goal. Hmm. Oh, I don't know, man. It's I guess I guess have like a nice little like community. Well, that's kind of an odd phrasing maybe. I don't know. I stream. I don't exactly want like fans. I want like people I could talk to. Like a good like yolk of people that I could like talk to and chill with, and like there's a lot of people in this like on the internet, and I feel like if we could all find like a little bit of similarity, it might be pretty all right. You know. That might seem kind of silly. I'm sure other people have different goals, like I don't know.
Hey,
Popular artists or something, and I'm here like, oh, I just kind of want a community.
hey, nothing wrong with that. I don't have any more initial questions on my end. Did you have any more, Shibou?
Uh, I had one, but I forgot it. Metro instantly.
Oh no.
Oh, the tragedy of it all.
I just forgot it, man. I'm so
You
upset.
just forgot it?
It was in my mind for like the past couple of minutes while you and Kevin were talking about so and so, and then as soon as it comes up, it's just like, oh, out of my
Deer
head.
in headlights. It's all right. It happens to the best of
It's
us.
okay. If you think of it, feel free to ask it. But while we're waiting on that, let's go to audience questions. If you have a question for NebulaCone, please raise your hand or put a text message in the discussion and we'll read it. So, Shibou, why don't you call up the first person?
Okay. I'm gonna call up Japanese characters because I'm only monolingual.
Are they there or are they away from keyboard?
Question mark? They just requested the
Let's see.
They popped their head in just to pop it right back out. Oh,
let's see.
nah.
Let's see. Ichigo Roger VA, please come up. There you are. Hello, welcome.
Hi, it's me, Ruby.
Oh, okay. Hi, Ruby.
Hi.
Hello.
It's been a long time. So,
Yeah.
from one artist to another, I have
Hello,
a question.
yes.
I have a
Fellow
question
artist.
because-
Fellow artist, what is your wisdom?
So I have a big question, and this is something I've been struggling for as long as I remember, and I don't know how I even call myself an artist for not knowing how to draw this, but
What?
how do you draw hands?
Oh no! No, you're not in the wrong artist for that one. Hold on. How to draw hands. You know what's the worst part? These hands out here took so long. No, they took so long. I'm sorry. It took a lot of looking at a reference and then doing that. I think that's my advice. Reference. Even if it doesn't look that good, it's the reference. Always. You don't even know, man. This? I'm sorry. This? You're gonna have to.
I just saw your
Hands.
I'm like, I have to know. I have to have some.
Ooh. The ongoing struggle of hands will always continue with me.
Dude, same.
I feel it. Don't worry. I'm not there yet either. It might look like it. No. Silly things. No. Good question though. Good question. Nice try. Even it did work.
All right, thanks for answering
You're
that
welcome.
question, man.
Yeah, thanks for your question, Ruby. All right, so we have Soko has their hand raised. I'll call him up. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, hey. I first wanted to say, big fan NebulaCone, and nice to be here. I actually have a question for you.
All right.
When did you start doing art? Like what age?
When? What age?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh yes, when I came out of the womb, it was the first moment. No.
Picasso.
No. Let me think. I guess I was kind of those kids that like you would do your math homework and then like on the side, like the top like corner, the little blurb right next to the name. I just like, oh, let me draw something silly. But I guess I didn't take drawing seriously. Like I'm like, oh, you know what? This is what I want to do. Like for the rest of my life? ? I started like at 15, truly. Like I've been drawing like a long time, but like truly like committing and like considering like practicing, because drawing is one thing and practicing is another.
Yeah, to try to start showing your progression and such and actually getting better and whatnot. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, no, it's that was 15. Oh, the ripe age, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really start getting quote unquote serious until I was about 16. So Anyway, thank you again, guys. Love the show. Continue on.
Thanks, Soko.
So thank you for that question there, Soko. No, Shibou, why don't you call us the next person?
Sure. Question mark. Your boy B-Kun, step on up to the plate.
kind of roomy in here. Hi.
Roomy
uh,
in the
pleasure to be up
stage.
here. Pleasure to meet you guys. I'm a big fan of NebulaCone. I actually have a big question. It's been nagging at me for a while now, ever since the whole favorite song thing. I actually have a big question about this. Out of all the forms of media we've had, from movies to TV shows to songs included to comics, what is your favorite, like absolute favorite thing of Sonic, whether it be just of any of it?
You know what? I actually really liked this one.
Fan stuff is included.
Sonic's no. This one, whoa, fan things included. You just changed the game. You just changed the game. Whoa. No. I'll keep it official. If I go into fan, I'm gonna go into Evan Stanley, and that's the end of it. Let me think. Official. I actually think what was it? It was this like little group of Sonic Universe comics where it was an Archie, and it was like the secret freedom fighters that like Silver led with like the Prince and like like Larry I honestly thought that little like groupal. Whoa, that's not even a word. That little group of comics. I really liked them a lot. I mean, it's not exactly peak Sonic, I guess, in the general consensus, but it was like my favorite. I really liked that. As silly as that is, I'm sure that's a bit random, but yeah, that's my favorite thing of all the mediums, I guess.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that amazing answer. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, there.
Expert exit, of course.
Yes, indeedy. Let's see. Were you able to think of your question, Shibou? Or Shibou?
Oh, we hear a whisper.
No.
No. Oh man.
We're just gonna swiftly forget about that until I remember it. Oh.
Gosh, of course. Yes, of course.
Yeah, we're just gonna forget about it for now.
Yeah,
Just
no,
forget
no
about
worries,
it.
no worries. Let's see. Okay. Let's say, was there any other questions enough for you? Soko has another question.
Hey guys. This is actually a question for the three of you, if that's okay.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, we'll defer to our panelists, but go ahead.
Yes. You can start with the panelists, and then we can, if you feel willing to answer, you can. What would you say was your gateway into Sonic? Like, what was the first medium or whatever that had got you to start becoming a fan of Sonic himself?
Sonic Colors DS. First thing.
Okay.
What about you guys?
Mine was Sonic 1.
Oh my gosh, the first dang.
Okay, so the thing that got me into Sonic was Sonic X. I remember distinctly. I was a
Ooh.
kid, and I was up on Saturday. I think this was like before church or something, and I saw Sonic X on TV for the first time, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's so cool! It's like a blue hedgehog doing action stuff and destroying robots." I'm like, "Yeah, that's so fire." It'd be so crazy if I became a fan of his forever.
It'd be so crazy if I dedicated a suspicious amount of my time to this blue character.
This blue anthropomorphic hedgehog.
Would be able to... that'd be so inconvenient.
Well, I would like to exit by stating my gateway into it was actually The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Because
okay, nice one.
Literally, my grandparents had a bunch of VHSs of him, and they sat me in a room and said, "All right, you watch this."
Grandparents?
Yes, they had.
Nah,
they had these cassettes
way.
for it, and just said, "Yeah, just let them watch it." As they all went off.
The real Sonic fans introducing their children, I see.
I don't even know. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys again.
That was a pretty good question.
Yeah,
that was
I mean, it was earlier, but I think part 2 of it was quite nice.
Alrighty, Shibou, would you like to call for the next person?
Sure. I think I'm gonna call Japanese characters back up.
This is actually another art related question.
All right.
I gotta put down my Huey on for this. So as you continued like learning how to draw and like I guess gain your like artistic prowess, I guess if you would say it like that, what is your favorite thing to draw? Because honestly, mine is hair.
Oh, I thought you were talking about character. I was gonna be like, Rouge, Rouge, Rouge,
Yes.
Rouge, 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 Rouge. Favorite thing to draw?
Yeah.
I like drawing tails. I know I just spammed Rouge, but tails is cute.
Not gonna lie.
Tails adorable. Small
Small
boy. Make me feel better about things.
Yes. I honestly, I'm in the same boat with you, but Shadow.
Shadow. Dude, I don't get to draw Shadow much, man.
Oh, trust me.
Shadow.
And based on I guess you could say Kun's question or entryway into like Sonic, I like got into Sonic Adventure 2. That was the only game I had, but way before then it was I think it was Sonic Underground.
Really?
Yeah, Sonic Underground actually like really caught my eye. I don't know why, but I was like, holy crap, this storyline. It's so I don't know, it inspired me. It really inspired like a creative spark in me.
I've never watched Underground. I feel bad. I've only like heard like the intro, or not the intro, the theme song, I guess.
That's how I actually.
And it's my basic knowledge of it, but I lack any real show episode knowledge.
Keep it that way.
But yeah, thanks for answering my question, man.
You're welcome. Yo, hold up, that side comment. Keep it that way. What's your reservations for that show?
Look, I just think it was a very weird product of its time.
That it was.
It's time. We could say that for a lot of Sonic things.
True.
Truly a product of its time.
It was the 90s. It was a very different time.
It was a different reality, even.
Underground is just an outlier. I'm not gonna say the show is terrible, but
no, let's hear it. What you gotta say about it? What's that main criticism?
It was a pretty weird show.
Oh my gosh.
Let me call up the next person.
I'm sorry, I'm very sidetracky.
No. Hello, welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome
I have a
back.
question. So it's kind of piggybacking off of the others' questions. In a sense, what kept you going with Sonic? Like, what?
Oh yes.
Like,
what kept you having faith in the franchise after Rise of Lyric popped out? I see. You're the true intention.
Yeah. Against everything IGN put down, against all the haters on Twitter.
Haters.
What was the tipping point that made you have the Spider-Man moment where you refused to refuse to stop being a Sonic fan? What was it? What gave you hope?
What hope? Oh, that's an interesting. I wouldn't quite say hope. It is. Oh no! Now I sound terrible. No. It's definitely something more like I don't know. I like it, and like you can like things that are bad or become bad or like maybe used to be bad. Like it's. I think there's nothing wrong with liking a terrible product or a good product. I think Sonic is at least right now, it's being pretty good right now. They're kind of popping off with the movies and stuff. But I know there was a time where things were looking a little rough there. It was a little rough, but that's okay though because I'm like, well, screw that noise. So what? The game was bad. I liked some of the designs. I thought some of the music was pretty cool. Well, usually Sonic music is pretty cool anyway. I'm like, ah. And plus, I make characters and I have fun and I draw. And it helped me draw. That's just how it be, you know? It's less hope and just more like, I'm glad you're around because you made me happy. Even if you're terrible, you make me happy. That's my answer.
I like that answer. That was pretty good.
That was a good answer.
Yeah. I got a curveball there, but thank you. Wow,
Nah. If I hear piggyback one more time.
Well, all right, hold on, man. I was gonna piggyback off of it, but one more question, and I'm a head out.
You have a second question?
Yeah. Okay. So
whammy.
All right. So this one's kind of silly. This is kind of silly, but it's related to food.
Silly.
I hope you're ready for this one. So if Sonic and Sonic were to have a collab, and it wasn't chili dogs, what would you have the collab be?
Oh, like a real life collab.
Yeah.
I'd like them to have a collab with Wendy's. I love eating at Wendy's. I'd love to see what silly little merch promotional material. I remember they did like a McDonald's one back when Sonic 2 came out, the movie. I think for like Japan or something, and that looked pretty nice too.
Yeah, they did one. They did one with Sonic 3 as well. McDonald's way back in the '90s. I don't know if you ever seen those Happy Meal toys or not.
Oh no, I am a youngin'. Well, I guess not anymore, but I. Oh, the '90s. A little bit out of my radar, but hey, there's nothing wrong with some research. I could definitely look over.
I definitely Google it a bit, but. Don't want to forget the amazing basketball toys and the other toys with tennis and
Shadow basketball.
Nah, the legendary collab of Sonic and Hooters. Who saw it coming?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh gosh,
y'all remember that?
That was amazing.
I wonder what that conversation with the executives was when they were like, you know what would be a great idea for our little blue hedgehog, Hooters.
Yeah, that's not about it. But yeah, thank you for your question. By the way, Beacon.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You'd think that Sonic would collab with Sonic, but
I
don't know why they haven't.
To this very day, I'm surprised they've never done it.
Yeah, free chili dogs, like, oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, one day.
One day. Or maybe it'll just be the ultimate tease. We'll never really get it.
We shall be graced with chili dogs! I don't know when though.
Promoted by Sonic himself.
So it looks like we don't have any more questions. Was there any final words you would like to say, NebulaCone, before we wrap up the Q&A?
Let me think. What would a average artist be like? Oh yes. I stream at Twitch at twitch.com/NebulaCone. Ah yes. I draw art. My commissions are open. If you just want to DM and chat, or even on Discord, we could do that too. I like chilling with people and chatting. It's very fun. And if you have art advice, ask me. But your answer may not be the one desired. And I hope to see more of this Sonic community. I've committed, and I definitely don't want to leave anytime soon.
Well, we're glad you're here, and you're always welcome to come and chill with us at any time.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So thank you very, very much, NebulaCone, for coming, and thank you for co-hosting with me, Shibou. Give her a round of applause there in the audience.
The claps of the silence. Yes.
One day,
good claps. One day. Why don't you use the new Discord feature that has the little soundboards that you can use?
I don't think it supports stages yet.
What?
I'm sure. It will
Oh,
come
the
later.
tragedy.
Kevin, I think we might have some text questions. Lol.
Text questions. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
dude. How about
abortion.
you can answer it like after the Q and A, and I'll just ping over because we just gave the final word.
Oh my god.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
you fools! You chose to be silent?
Yeah.
No.
You're like.
Oh,
Anyway.
no. This is
but-
tragic.
Oh
my
anyway,
gosh, I'm scrolling up.
the next panel is the Sonic 06 anniversary panel. That's on Wednesday at 7 p.m. So we'll see you all there.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
Thanks for having me, for real.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming.